Okay, I'm here at Grimmfest with one of the writers, one of the producers, and one of the actors from Keratyna. Have I said that right, first of all?
Keratyna, I don't know how you say it in English, but
Yeah.
sounds alright.
Yeah. So we're here at Grimmfest. How are you feeling then? You've recently, I think you had the screener earlier today, didn't you? That's correct.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. How did it go down with audiences?
¿Qué tal con la audiencia? We feel it pretty good. I mean, the response of the audience was nice. They laugh. They stay at the at the cinema. So, well, we believe they like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got quite an interesting theme in terms of the fact that you're dealing with someone who's quite, influenced or believes in conspiracy theories. Now, that was one of the themes that I picked up on. I was quite intrigued to ask a question on in terms of what's your kind of background in terms of that sort of theme, and have you read up on some weird and wonderful ones that you've riffed on for the film, or is it a case of just trying to be as original as possible?
Échanos un cable, bueno, no sé si
¿Que de dónde viene la inspiración para escribir sobre las teorías de la conspiración? ¿Es algo que habéis investigado, que os interesa? ¿De dónde habéis sacado la inspiración para escribir sobre conspiración?
Contesto en español, ¿vale? Sí. ¿En español? Es más un interés sobre esos personajes a nivel psicológico. No tiene tanto que ver con las teorías en sí, que pueden ser una especie de nueva religión cuando se caen todas las religiones políticas del siglo XX. Bueno, ya me estoy liando. Bueno, pero que el interés que puedan tener sociológicamente las teorías de la conspiración me interesa menos, es más a nivel psicológico, de cierto tipo de personajes, normalmente hombres, normalmente blancos, normalmente de la treintena, cuando notan que probablemente su papel de héroe en la vida está fracasado y de repente se refugian en una especie de fantasía retrógrada que convierten en su propia realidad.
So he was less interested in conspiracy theory as a theme than he was in the people that normally end up believing in conspiracy theories. So for him it was really always a character study, and he was interested in a particular type of person who tends to be a man, tends to be white, tends to be middle-aged, who believes in this kind of stuff, and what happens to them when their whole hero fantasy collapses at a particular point in their lives, and why they take on this particular area of interest.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because obviously he's got this very close relationship with his mother, and then it besides obviously potentially a serial killer coming into the mix, obviously his mother, who I take it she's a widow in the film, finds a relationship with this person. Obviously it's almost, I found the themes a bit Alfred Hitchcock-esque. I think that was one of the things that I picked up on him. Was that deliberate, or was that something that just kind of happened while organically while you were filming?
Okay, I think I understand, but I prefer to
le interesaba mucho la relación con la madre, en particular porque piensa que es viuda, y que ve en esa relación con la madre y el hijo algo de Hitchcock. Entonces que si ese aspecto de la película era de manera deliberada.
¿En español otra vez? ¿Vale?
Sí.
Sí, o sea, había algo que interesaba, o a mí me interesaba particularmente, que es que si haces una película sobre un heroísmo fracasado, por decirlo de una forma, el tradicional viaje del héroe es que el protagonista se quita a la madre de encima para enrolarse en una aventura en la cual conoce a una mujer y es capaz de abandonar el hogar materno para relacionarse nuevamente para abandonar el complejo esto. Entonces Hitchcock justamente hace mucho eso, hace personajes que no pueden esto, y al final esto es un viaje del héroe fracasado. No sé si...
So he's very interested in the journey of the hero, which traditionally involves getting rid of the mother figure and embracing a kind of younger woman who becomes the effective kind of interest and so on. So he was interested in playing with that idea, especially with this notion of the hero's journey failing. So he's kind of quite beholden to the mother figure throughout the film. So it's kind of in response to the traditional setup.
And he's... I'd seldomly, obviously, feel free to disagree. He's not really a hero as such, is he? Because he's so... He has a very unconventional life in terms of it's a very sheltered existence, and it's kind of, it gets shattered a little bit when this person comes into his life. Obviously, he sees something, or he thinks he sees something, which again was the theme with Hitchcock. How was it filming those scenes between the mother and the son? You know, because there's a moment, I think, that I really picked up on, and it was when she first meets this new partner who comes in, and she starts dressing differently, and I think he comments on her weight, and it's quite nasty, I want to say. Mm-hmm. Tell me about filming them sort of scenes.
Pregunta por las escenas en las que, por ejemplo, la madre se viste aquello más, o sea, lo que ha empezado
un poco
con
desagradable,
sí.
Y te pregunto un poco cómo fue rodar las escenas entre la madre y Ramallo, ¿vale? Y Fernando, cuando aparece este nuevo personaje y ella se empieza a vestir de forma diferente y tal, como que le resulta como un entorno desagradable. ¿Qué tal fue rodar eso, no?
Pues creo que resulta desagradable porque y es el personaje de la película, no quiere decir que nosotros empaticemos con él, simplemente es el personaje, o sea, el personaje protagonista no tienes por qué alinearte con él, pero para un tipo de personaje así creo que tiene una calificación de mujeres muy dicotómica entre madre y objeto sexual. Entonces al personaje le molesta eso, le molesta que la madre pueda volver a ser un objeto sexual, y eso le repudia y le da asco. A nivel de actores muy bien, o sea, quiero decir, no hubo ningún problema y todo el mundo entendió un poco lo que se estaba intentando hacer y cuál era el punto de vista sobre eso, que no era para nada un apoyo ni nada así, simplemente retratar un tipo de masculinidad que es, en mi opinión, peligrosa y que sigue por ahí campando, sobre todo en internet.
It was all about portraying a specific type of dangerous masculinity that's particularly rampant on the internet. And for this kind of guy, and they're very clear that they don't necessarily defend or justify this type of looking at women, but for this kind of guy, it's a very dichotomous thing, you know, the love object against the mother figure. So when the mother figure starts blurring those boundaries and becoming a sex object, he feels very viscerally against it. So they were trying to capture that as part of the film.
And then for my final question is how dangerous do you think, and that kind of leads on from the last question, you think the idea of this paranoia that comes from this type of this stereotypically white male, and mixing that with the idea of social media and influencer culture almost, and and by that I mean, like, obviously he's running this YouTube channel. How dangerous it is, this combination of having that type of mindset coupled with a very easy access to an online audience.
Te pregunta cuál es la relación entre la masculinidad tóxica y el tener este tipo de acceso a redes sociales.
Pues a día de hoy creo que es muy peligrosa, o sea, quiero decir, creo que determinados avances van a ser contrastados por una reacción muy fuerte que se alimenta de precisamente un resentimiento grande y encuentra ecos. No me quiero meter en cómo se podría ni tocar eso ni nada, pero que encuentra muchos ecos en gente que hace de ecos, sí, de unos y otros. Entonces sí creo que es peligroso y que realmente además genera una reacción que tiene un eco además a nivel social con determinadas figuras políticas o multimillonarios o que de repente se están reivindicando una especie de masculinidad fortísima. Sabemos quiénes son, y sí creo que no es solo estos chicos solos, sino que empieza a ser un movimiento general que es ciertamente peligroso y que lo importante para intentar combatirlo, no sé si es una cosa aquí un poco rara, es comprenderlo. O sea, no justificarlo, que eso es lo que quiero decir, ¿vale? Entonces, bueno, no sé todo lo que acabo de decir. Me he liado.
No, but entiendo. His point is that obviously in social media has the fact it amplifies ideas, doesn't it? But there is no buffering of them either. So obviously it acts as an echo chamber for all kinds of toxic ideas and masculinity, and then certain political figures might latch onto that and then use them in their own particular figures. They were very keen as a team, not necessarily to justify it to the viewer, but just to get us to a point where we could understand why people would do that in the first place, which is why that kind of chimes with the whole psychological study of the main character. So it's all about showing rather than telling the viewer how they should.
Por decir una forma súper clara, si demonizas algo, lo haces más atrayente. Si lo entiendes, puedes atacarlo de una forma constructiva.
He reckons that if you demonize something, you also simultaneously make it attractive, whilst if you try to get someone to understand it, you demystify it.
It's the taboo factor, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's great, folks. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.